everyone, PTL here. Out on the trail, in the process of scouting out a potential bridge for the Stealth Camping Alliance Challenge. Either camping on, under, or near a bridge. So I've been scoping it out. I did look at a bridge, which has potential. Unfortunately, while I was climbing under the bridge, there's some big steel beams. I'm not sure if it'll show, but I whacked my head right into it. This spot is okay. It had a lot of rocks under there. It's a good location. I could possibly bring a hammock underneath, but it might be a little high between some of the supports.
This is one of the locations that Dad had considered for his sleep under, on, or near a bridge. It's a bridge in a neighborhood. Goes over this river here. Not sure what the plan was. It's kind of rocky under here, so that makes it a little complicated. There's some beams that you could have tied a hammock under, so that would have been an option.
But that's a possibility. But I'm out on a trail, scoping out a new spot. And we'll see if this one will work. Okay, Stealth Alliance group. Here's a potential bridge. One thought is come in late and just camp on the side of the bridge if it's a nice night out of the rain. We'll look at opportunities underneath. Potentially could hang a hammock under here. Kind of rocky for putting my sleeping bag. I might be able to pile the rocks in a nice straight pile, actually right here against the wall. Would be under the bridge and get a flat spot and then put my mat on there. I'll check the same thing on the other side, but that's an option. Definitely could hang the hammock. Hang the hammock between that and that. Oh, I like that. That looks like a good potential. What a spot, though. I don't know. This has a lot of possibilities. I think the boards are tight enough. I don't think the rain's going to come through if it gets wet. Hey, everyone. I think I found my spot. I'm in my hammock. I'm under the footbridge. My helper finding a spot. She's not going to come out with me when I do it, but this is just a trial to set it up. Got the bridge, the river. Here I am. Not sure if I'll put my head on this side, which is kind of high down from the rocks. The river behind me, or if I'll go the other way, but this is my plan, to come back in a few more days and plan to stay for the overnight and the Stealth Alliance Challenge. Alright, so my plan is made. I decided I'm going to go with it. On that far shore under the bridge, that's my spot. There's Navigator helping me pick a spot under the bridge by the 10 Mile River and the Housatonic River. I am on my way to do the Stealth Alliance Camp Challenge for March 2025. This challenge was given by Survival Sam, and the challenge is to camp on, under, or near a bridge. And so I'm doing that. I went the other day with Sue to check out a spot on the Appalachian Trail, and I picked a spot under a bridge. I am not a big hammocker. Sue won a hammock at Trail Days in 2020, and so I did try it for the first time last year on my back steps. It was a cold night, and I was able to put enough gear on there to stay warm. I don't have all the netting or under quilts, so I have my pack here. It's kind of heavy for an overnight. It weighs about 27, 28 pounds. That's because I have 2 sleeping bags. One's a synthetic that I can use under me, kind of like an underquilt, and then I have my normal down bag that I can go into. I'm going to start out with just the synthetic. It's supposed to go down to 39 degrees tonight, so I will switch it out if I have to and put the synthetic under me and go into the down. But new experience for me, giving it a try for the first time in the field using a hammock. But again, thank you Survival Sam for the March challenge. I also want to give a shout out to That's Him with a Draft Hat, who did the February challenge, the romantic challenge. So I forgot to give you a shout out, so thanks. And Sue and I really enjoyed doing our getaway on for the February challenge, the overnight. And so both of them, both Survival Sam and That's Him with a Draft Hat, I'll put their channels down in the description with a link. Check out their channels. And again, this is all related to the Stealth Alliance Camp Challenge. I have a hour and 20-minute drive, probably a little less than an hour to go to get to my parking spot, and then about a 1.5 mile hike into where I'm planning on camping under the bridge. Hey everyone, I am in the northwest part of Connecticut, near Kent, Connecticut. Stopped at an overlook just to show you what I'm seeing. Beautiful views on the way to my spot. I'm almost to my parking spot. This is Historic Bulls Bridge, covered bridge in Kent, Connecticut. So this dirt road is actually on the Appalachian Trail. And there's a parking area a little farther up where I'll leave my truck overnight. Shh, gotta be stealthy. Just came from back there where I parked my truck. You can hear the peepers going crazy in here. Peeper frogs. And I am heading up this way on the dirt road until I get to the main road, cross over, and the AT continues up into the woods. Go up over a little hill along the Housatonic River for a little bit, and then eventually to the bridge. Alright, just going across the road into the woods. Here's that infamous rectangle white blaze, the AT. Sue and I were up here a week ago scouting for a spot to do this. And so I will share our hike, just a day hike, sometime after this one. I've got other videos to go out. We did some trail magic down in North Carolina, feeding AT through hikers. One of them's gone out already. I got 2 more coming up, as well as a video of Mammoth Caves National Park in Kentucky. But I'll squeeze this in, and I'll squeeze in the hike with Sue after this one goes. Ooh, Little Hill's got me puffing already. All right, as I'm heading up the trail, just wanted to share something a little personal. I've been struggling with some issues causing me a lot of stress. Not major, no health issues or anything, but things that cause me stress. And I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you. Kasia, once again, I appreciate you so much for getting me going in the Stealth of Camp Alliance challenges. You know, the outdoors is my happy place. For many people, getting on trail is a stress reliever, and that's no different for me. And as I was driving up here, it's a gorgeous day. Again, the temperatures are in the high 60s, maybe even 70 today. Gorgeous clear sky. And I was just thinking about coming out here in the outdoors and enjoying it. And boy, I had such a sense of peace come over me, such a sense of contentment, and I cherish those moments. It may not last, but man, I cherish that moment. And so I'm appreciative of this challenge. I'm appreciative of last month's. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't be out here. I'd be sitting on my behind on the computer or something. I really, really enjoy getting out, and sometimes you need a push to do it, and that's what's good about this. If you haven't had an opportunity to get outdoors, this forces you to get out, to be creative and thinking about what you're going to do and where you're going to go, and that's part of it. And then you go out and enjoy it, or if you have a bad experience, maybe not. But I even find that creating the video at the end and then sharing it also brings a lot of joy and contentment. So I'm out here enjoying the trail as I hike in to the bridge I'm going to stay at, which I showed you in my previews on the search for a place. Something else I wanted to show you is the shoes I'm wearing. These are Solomons. They're very colorful Solomons. My wife picked me up my second and third pair. Actually, there was a second and third pair of trail runners that I used on my 2020 AT through hike. And so each pair I used for about a quarter of my through hike. And these I've used very little since then. They have some shoe goo on the side to cover up the holes. But the bottoms are still in pretty good condition, so I chose to pull them out and use them on this hike. All right, I'm coming up on part of the trail that overlooks the Housatonic River. It's flowing pretty good down there. Gorgeous in here. A little rock scramble to go over here. I'm almost to the bridge. There's a little side trail down to this little beach right along the Housatonic River. Beautiful spot. This would be a good spot to swim. Isn't that gorgeous right there? Oh, and I'm gonna camp right by it tonight. Awesome. Praise the Lord. Love God's great outdoors. And here's my spot. That bridge right up there. this side of the bridge. I'm going to climb under, and that's where I'm going to stay for the night. Here's the bridge. And I'm going to hang up over this pipe here, and the third pipe out there, and I'll go diagonal across and fit right in there. And you saw the setup from when we came out to scout it out. It's a great spot. I'll be right over this river. So this is the far side of the bridge. Walk back up the steep stairs up to the bridge. View up the 10 Mile River. And a view of the Housatonic. Woo! The hammock will go right out here. So this is my tent and my air mat, which I won't use tonight. I brought them just in case. My food bag. You can see it has my logo on it. Bestill on the Trail is my YouTube channel. It's a Hilltops pack. They make beautiful packs. The background is Mount Katahdin of a picture years ago. And then my daughter had the logo with Bestill on the Trail and my trail name, PTL. I did bring a tarp, but I don't think I'll need it. Here's my hammock, and I'm going to sit up. I was going to wait until about 6 o'clock or so. It's only, I don't know, 10 of 5, quarter to 5. It only took me a half an hour to do the 1.5 miles to here, so I was moving pretty fast. I'm excited, but I'll at least set up the ropes right now, and then maybe I'll wait a while to set up the hammock, have my dinner. I was going to go up to a shelter and have my dinner up there, but I think I'll just eat here under the bridge, have my dinner, and then set up the hammock after I eat. Alright, so I meant to film myself putting up the straps, but there's one side there, and there's the other one there, and eventually I'll hang from those two spots. Alright, you guys, I got to show you my fancy stove. This is an old international gas stove. The pot was a 2-setup pot. What I ended up doing is taking half of the pot setup, just took a pie plate, flattened it out for my cover. I put an elastic band to hold it on when I'm hiking. Put it in the outside pouch. Then inside of this I have a cami, and my MSR pocket rocket is sitting inside of that. I have a little handle to go on the pot. And that's it. My stove setup. And obviously the normal propane. this sure isn't too shabby a spot. Got the stove back here going, water boiling. I don't like to cook much on trails, so basically when I do a warm meal, I just boil water and pour it into whatever I have. Sometimes it's a mountain house. This is my favorite, chicken and dumplings. Sometimes I do the North size rice sides. Just again, boil water and pour it in the pack, heat it up. In the morning, if I eat, I have just bars. I think I have a Cliff Bar for tomorrow morning, coffee. So I'll probably just do coffee, maybe have the Cliff Bar on the ride home. But tonight, it's going to be chicken and dumplings under the bridge. Man, with a view. This view is awesome. Housatonic River and 10 Mile River. Awesome! All right, everyone. I am waiting for my food. My mountain house meal is soaking in the hot water. I'm going to give it some extra time. Make sure it's softened up. But got a nice rock here to lean back on. I'm sitting on some rocks down here. I got my little pad under me. But this rock is a nice rock to lean back on. And what could be better than this? Just sitting here relaxing. The water's flowing down the river. Both rivers coming together here. Oh my word, this is special. What a great spot. This is so enjoyable. Good old chicken and dumplings. Under the bridge. Still pretty hot. My favorite. All right, everybody, it's getting dark, but I'm going to get the hammock up. If I can see it under here. Here's the hammock. The ropes are already there, so I should just be able to attach it. Start over on this side. Have to shorten that a little bit. It's going to be dark. Turn you around toward the stream. This is going to be my bed for the night. Just a little tiny hammock. I got to get my sleeping bag out. I got my pack hanging up here. The water's still flowing nice. Praise the Lord. All right, everyone. I've got my sleeping bag in there, but I'm going to switch the sleeping bag around and put it up there. It's a little higher up, so I'm not having my legs up higher than my head. Got my pack hanging on the side here. Clothes bag right here. I don't think I'll need my booties, but they're available if I need them. Some water if I need it. So get ready to climb in. I'm just going to flip the sleeping bag around. I was going to use my air pillow, but I don't think I need it with the hammock, so I'm going to try without it. And I got another sleeping bag ready in case I need it. I always overdo it. I've got too much stuff. but better to have extra and not freeze in the middle of the night. All right, everybody, I am in my hammock. It's kind of early, probably about 10 of 8, so it's a hiker midnight. I'm going to go to sleep soon. And I thought I'd finish the night by sharing a thought from Psalm 139. And it says, "If I ascend into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there." And so I am sitting here under the bridge. Obviously, you can't see too well with the dark, but you saw it earlier. I'm not in heaven. I'm under a bridge. I'm not in hell, thankfully. Actually, I'm in a nice place tonight. It's a beautiful river below me, a beautiful river off to the side. But no matter where I am, the Lord is with me. He's close to every one of us. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you again for the challenge this month. All right, everybody. It's morning. I made it through the night. Another Stealth Alliance Camp Challenge completed. I survived the night in my hammock. First night camping in the field in the hammock. But I have to say, I think I will stick to my tent. I find sleeping on the mat more comfortable. And it was cold last night. Even with my 2 sleeping bags, I had a synthetic bag under me. For a while that kept me warm, but it went down to 39, probably around, 3, 4 in the morning. And it was cold. I'll tell you what though, this was a great spot. It's not heaven, it's not hell. It's under a bridge, and it was special. Can't beat the view I had. Lying here under a little footbridge between 2 rivers. There's my pack. Still there. So I'm gonna get up, have a cup of coffee, and hike out to the car and head home. Yeah, so about the cold, I started out just in the synthetic sleeping bag and lasted for a little while. Eventually, I could feel the cold through the bottom. So I got up, laid this synthetic bag along the bottom of the sleeping bag and put my down bag on top of it. Just pulled the down bag over me like a quilt. And again, that lasted until it got real cold. And then I started, my whole body started getting cold, so I tried to zip up the down bag, and that worked for a little while, but I ended up sliding the down bag into the synthetic bag, and that kept me warm completely except for the one spot. If I was sleeping on my back, my butt was sinking down and that got cold, and if I was on my side, the hip that was down got cold. So you definitely need an underquilt when you're using a hammock on a cold night. But overall, it wasn't too bad. And again, the great spot here made up for it. There's the underside of the bridge. Hammock makes for a good seat in the morning too. Here's a morning view from the bridge. It's a cloudy morning, gonna rain today. Thankfully it didn't rain overnight. Nothing like a hot cup of coffee. And a breakfast of champions, a Cliff Bar. I usually don't have breakfast, but I'm out camping. I might as well have something, so I have a nice Cliff Bar for breakfast. That's good. All right, everyone, there's my truck. So this officially concludes my March 2025 Stealth Camping Alliance Challenge. And I have about an hour and 20-minute drive home, but I'll spare you any videos from that. Again, I enjoyed it, enjoyed sleeping under the bridge, enjoyed the views of the river, just being in the outdoors. And once again, all I have to say is praise the Lord.